Hi बच्चे कैसे हैं? How are you? So yesterday I discussed about structure of the female reproductive system. Today I will discuss about functions of the different parts of the female reproductive system. Okay, so see here. So this is the female reproductive system. Already I explained about this in last video. So now see the first part of the female reproductive system, that is ovaries. Okay, so ovaries is the so this is the primary sex organs, ovaries. So the size of the ovaries is 2 to 4 centimeters. The size of the ovaries is 2 to 4 centimeters. So what is the location of the ovaries? Location of the ovaries. So ovaries located in the lower abdomen in the female body. Ovaries located in the lower abdomen in the female body. The ovaries contains, like see here, the ovaries is attached to the pelvic wall and uterus. So see here, ovaries attached to the uterus. So this area, ovaries attached to the uterus. At the same time, the ovaries attached to the pelvic wall also. Okay, pelvic body wall. So the ovaries attached to the uterus and pelvic body wall with the help of the broad ligaments. So this is the broad ligaments. Ovaries attached to the pelvic wall and uterus with the help of the broad ligaments and mesovarian. So the ovaries is connected to the mesovarian. So mesovarian means from where the blood vessels and nerves will enter into the ovaries. That particular area is called mesovarian. So the ovaries is connected to the mesovarian. So mesovarian means from where the blood vessels and nerves enter into the ovaries. That particular area is called mesovarian. So entry of blood vessels and the nerves from the mesovarian into the ovaries. Okay, so the ovaries is covered by the special kind of the epithelial cells. That epithelial cells is called cuboidal epithelial cells. So ovaries is covered by the ovaries is covered by the cuboidal epithelial cells. So the ovaries is divided into the two parts. Outer part of the peripheral part of the ovaries is called cortex. Okay, then middle part of the ovaries is called medulla. So peripheral part of the ovaries is called cortex, and middle part, central part or middle part of the ovaries is called medulla. Okay, so this is about ovaries. Then so size of the ovaries 2 to 4 centimeters. Location of the ovaries, lower abdomen. The ovaries connected to the uterus and the body wall, pelvic wall with the help of the broad ligaments. And the ovaries it is covered by the mesovarian. So mesovarian means from where the blood vessels and nerves can enter into the ovaries. That particular area is called mesovarian. After that, the ovaries is covered by the cuboidal epithelial cells, and the ovaries is classified into two parts. Peripheral part is called cortex and middle part is called medulla. Okay, so this is about ovaries. So after that, the ovaries will release the ova. So when the ovaries will release the ova, otherwise that is technically we will say the secondary oocyte. So when the ovary will release the secondary oocyte, the secondary oocyte will enter into the infundibulum. So through finger-like projections. So in this place, so finger-like projections is there. So the finger-like projections is called fimbria. Okay, so fimbria is the finger-like projections. So finger-like projections present in the infundibulum, that is called fimbria. So the finger-like projections are fimbria. It is responsible for the collection of ova from the ovary. So when the the secondary oocyte or ova released from the ovary, that secondary oocyte is collected by the fimbria. Okay, so secondary oocyte is released by the ovary. That secondary oocyte collected by the fimbria. So what is fimbria? Finger-like projections. Finger-like projections present in the infundibulum. That finger-like projections is called fimbria. So fimbria is responsible for the collection of the secondary oocyte. So after that, this is infundibulum. So infundibulum contains finger-like projections. it collects the ova from the ovary. After that, the second part, this area is there. So the second part of the fallopian tube is ampulla. So first part of the fallopian tube is infundibulum. Second part of the fallopian tube is ampulla. So ampulla region, what is the significance of the ampulla region? So this ampulla region is responsible for the fertilization. So fertilization means during the sexual intercourse, the sperm will enter into the vagina. From vagina, the sperm will enter into the cervical canal and into the cervix, and from cervix to the uterus. Okay, so from uterus, it will enter into the fallopian tube. So the sperm will enter into the fallopian tube and it will reach the location that is ampulla. Okay, then ova is also moving towards the ampulla. So both ova and the sperm both will reach together in the ampulla region, and the ampulla region is responsible for the fertilization. Ampulla region present in the fallopian tubes, that ampulla region is responsible for the fertilization. Okay, so after ampulla, the next location is there. This location is called isthmus. So what is isthmus? So isthmus means this is the last part of the fallopian tube. So last part of the fallopian tube is isthmus. The isthmus having a interstitial tube. See here spelling interstitial tube. So with the help of the interstitial tube, the fallopian tube, it will attach it to the uterus. Okay, so this is the three parts present in the fallopian tube. So already we discussed about ovary, then we discussed about fallopian tube also. So what is the length of the fallopian tube? So the fallopian tube is 10 to 12 centimeters in length. Length of the fallopian tube is 10 centimeters to 12 centimeters. So three parts present in the fallopian tube: infundibulum for the collection of the ova, ampulla for the fertilization, and the last part of the fallopian tube, that is the isthmus. So isthmus is connected to the uterus. Then uterus. So see here, uterus contains two parts. So this upper part above this area, so this area is called corpus, and lower part of the uterus is called cervix. So corpus is the widest part and cervix is the narrow part of the uterus. So see here in the corpus, this location is called fundus, upper part. So the widest part of the uterus, this widest part of the uterus is called fundus. So the fundus is important for the implantation. So what is implantation? After fertilization, the fertilized egg is attached to the uterine wall. Fertilized egg or ova attached to the uterine wall. So see here, the fertilized ova is there. So the fertilized ova is attached to the endometrium of the uterus in the fundus region. So fundus means this area is called fundus. That is the widest part of the uterus. Okay, so uterus, what is the shape of the uterus? So the uterus shape is inverted pear shape. Pear fruit is there. Inverted pear shape. Otherwise inverted triangular shape. Okay, so that is the inverted triangular shape. Otherwise inverted pear shape. That is the shape of the uterus. So how the uterus is present in the body? So the uterus is supported by the some ligaments. Uterus is supported by the ligaments. So here uterus supported by the ligaments. So with the help of the ligaments, the uterus is connected to the pelvic wall. The uterus connected to the pelvic wall with the help of the ligaments. And again the uterus, see here, the uterus is covered by the mucosa layer. So outside the uterus is covered by the mucosa layer, and the uterus contains epithelial cells. So what kind of epithelial cells is present in the uterus? Columnar epithelial cells. So columnar epithelial cells present in the uterus. So what kind of epithelial cells is present in the ovary? Cuboidal epithelial cells present in the ovary. Columnar epithelial cells present in the uterus. Okay, columnar epithelial cells. So the columnar epithelial cells is classified into two types, that is ciliated cells and secretory cells. There are two types of the cells. One is ciliated cells and another one is secretory cells. So two types of cells present in the uterus. Okay, so ciliated cells and secretory cells. So the secretory cells produces some fluid. Fluid is produced by the secretory cells. that fluid produced by the secretory cells of the uterus is important for the protection and nutrition to the ova. The fluid produced by the secretory cells of the uterus responsible for the nutrition and protection to the ova. So ova is protected and ova can get the nutrition from the fluid. That fluid is produced from the secretory cells. So columnar epithelial cells is two types. That is, one is ciliated cells and another one is secretory cells. So the secretory cells will produce as the fluid. That fluid is important for the nutrition. Okay, nutrition and protection to the ova. So see here, and again, so this is the structure of the uterus. So the uterus parts, that is corpus, this is the fundus region, corpus region, then cervix. So cervix, beneath the cervix another region is there, that is the narrowest region. The narrowest region of the cervix, that is called cervical canal. Cervical canal means narrowest part of the cervix is called cervical canal. So the cervical canal will open into the vagina. Cervical canal will open into the vagina. So vagina, it is the outer part, means this is the vagina is present below before the cervix. Okay, so then the ovary walls, see here, thickness of the ovary walls. So in this area, thickness, so that is more thick appearance is present in the ovary walls, because the ovary walls, it is created by 3 layers. So what is that 3 layers? Innermost layer of the ovary wall, that is called endometrium. Okay, endometrium, that is the innermost part of the uterus is called endometrium. So outermost part of the uterus is called perimetrium. Okay, so see here, this is the endometrium. So innermost part of the uterus is called endometrium. Okay, then this is the endometrium, that is the innermost part of the uterus is called endometrium. Okay, then middle layer of the uterus, that is called myometrium. Okay, and outer layer of the uterus, that is called perimetrium. So first we will discuss about perimetrium, that is the outer wall of the uterus. Outer layer of the uterus, is called perimetrium. So perimetrium, another name of the perimetrium is adventitia or perimetrium. So perimetrium or adventitia, this is the outermost layer and it is covered by the serosa. So serosa is the outermost layer, it covers the serosa is the outermost layer, it covers the perimetrium. So perimetrium, otherwise adventitia, it is covered by the outermost layer. That outermost layer is called serosa. So serosa or outer layer, that is adventitia, perimetrium or adventitia. Okay, so that outermost layer is called serosa. So after that, middle layer of the uterus is called myometrium. So this is the myometrium, middle layer of the uterus. Okay, so what is the significance of this myometrium? So the myometrium is important for the contractions in the uterus. So uterus having a frequent contractions, that contractions is because of the myometrium. So what kind of muscles present in the myometrium? So myometrium contains unstriped muscles or smooth muscles. Smooth muscles or unstriped muscles is present in the myometrium. Okay, after that again the next layer, the innermost layer of the uterus, that is called endometrium. So endometrium, okay, so the endometrium of the uterus, so it contains mucosa layer that is present in the endometrium only. Then columnar epithelial cells also present in the endometrium. So the columnar epithelial cells is classified into 2 types. One is ciliated cells and another one is secretory cells. The secretory cells of the endometrium, it will provide fluid for protection and nutrition to the ova. Okay, so again the endometrium, it contains large unstriped muscle. See here, large unstriped muscle present in the endometrium during pregnancy. So during the pregnancy time, largest unstriped muscle present in the endometrium during the pregnancy time. So this is about three different layers present in the uterus. Okay, so briefly I will explain once again. See here, so the uterus contains, the female reproductive structure, it is different parts is present. In that one part is ovary. So ovary size 2 to 4 centimeters in long. What is the location of the ovary? Ovary is located in the lower abdominal region. So how the ovary connected to the body? So the ovary is connected to the uterus and the pelvic body wall with the help of the broad ligaments, and mesovarian is also present in the uterus. Okay, in the mesovarian is present in the ovaries. That mesovarian is important for the entry of the blood vessels and the nerves into the ovary. So again, if you see the ovary structure, the ovary contains a special kind of cells that is called cuboidal epithelial cells. Okay, then ovary is divided into the two parts, that is peripheral part is called cortex and middle part is called medulla. So after that the ovary releases ova, that ova will enter into the infundibulum. So ovary releases the ova will enter into the infundibulum. Okay, so this is the infundibulum. The infundibulum, it contains finger-like projections. So finger-like projections present in the infundibulum. That finger-like projections is important for the collection of the ova during the ovulation. Okay, so finger-like projections present in the infundibulum. That finger-like projections is called fimbria. That fimbria is important for the collection of the ova during the ovulation. So second part of the fallopian tube is ampulla. First part of the fallopian tube is infundibulum. Second part is called ampulla. So ampulla is for the fertilization. Then isthmus. So isthmus is called a interstitial tube. It connected to the uterus. Okay, then the length of the fallopian tube is 10 to 12 centimeters. So three parts of the fallopian tube: infundibulum, ampulla and isthmus. So then uterus. So uterus is inverted pear shape, otherwise inverted triangular shape. It connected to the pelvic walls with the help of the ligaments. Okay, then it is divided into the two parts: carpus, widest part, and the narrowest part is called cervix. So in carpus part, widest region is there, that is called fundus. So the fundus is for the implantation. So then the cervix open into the cervical canal, that is the more narrowest part, and the cervical canal is open into the vagina. So these two regions, cervical canal plus the vagina, both together is called birth canal. What is birth canal? Cervical canal plus the vagina. Cervical canal plus vagina, both together is called birth canal. Okay, so this is the birth canal. Cervical canal plus vagina together is called birth canal. Okay, so this is about different parts of the uterus. So uterus contains different layers. So outermost layer is the perimetrium, that is called serosa. Then middle layer is called myometrium. It made by the smooth muscles or unstriped muscles. It is important for the contractions in the uterus. Then the innermost layer is called endometrium. So the endometrium contains different layers, that is mucosa layer is present and columnar epithelial cells is also present. So two types of the columnar epithelial cells, one is called ciliated cells and another one is secretory cells. So the secretory cells will produce as the fluid. That fluid is important for the protection and nutrition to the ova. Okay, the secretory cells produces the fluid. That fluid is important for protection and nutrition to the ova. Okay, so this is about different layers. Again, the endometrium contains very large unstriped muscle also. Endometrium contains largest unstriped muscle. Okay, so this is about female reproductive system and their functions. So in next class, I will explain external genitalia of the female reproductive system. Okay, so external genitalia means outer appearance of the female reproductive system. Suppose this structures is there. So this structures is present inside the body. Okay, we cannot see the structures from the outside. But the external genitalia, which parts we can see from the outside, that is called external genitalia. So I will discuss in next video about external genitalia of the female reproductive system. Okay, so if you like the video, click the like button and subscribe my channel and share this videos to your friends. They also can get benefit. So if you have any doubts, comment in the comment section. I will give reply about your comments. Okay, thank you very much for watching my channel. All the best.